Shawn, did you bring an iPad tonight?
I did.
You know we're getting serious, Mark, when Shawn shows up. He's first off, he's wearing a collared shirt. And he brought an iPad.
I'm feeling a little inadequate. I got a free shirt and a pocket full of crayons.
I know. My hat doesn't even fit right. I'm fighting with this thing, and he's over here with a collared shirt on and an iPad. Why did you bring an iPad?
I just got back from Thousand Islands golf trip, so I opened up my suitcase, and this was on top. I didn't wear it this weekend, so I figured it's good to go. It's ready.
What about the iPad, though? Still doesn't explain it.
Well, the tablet's always good to have while we're doing something like this. We want something looked up. I can check on some information. I don't want to look like a tool.
There you go.
Yeah, because an iPad's going to save that. Oh, wow.
Mark's just over here trying to turn his cell phone on.
I know, right?
In all seriousness, guys, Shawn, see, I struggle with that word. I said
What, Shawn?
No.
It's easy. It's
seriousness.
Oh.
I struggle. I said this in my brother's wedding speech 2 weekends ago. I said, and I screw up that word every time. I struggle hard with it. It's like spaghetti.
With seriousness?
Bananas. I can't do it.
No?
I don't know, man. I had speech problems as a kid, and I like public speak for a living.
We probably shouldn't make fun of you then, should we?
No, whatever. But in all seriousness, check the iPad, issue on yolotech.ca, and use the code TEK15, TEK15, to save 15% off your order this week.
All right, I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, for all our listeners out there, Yolotech is going to give us a 15% off code. So, hey, every little bit helps, right?
That's a sweet deal because there's a lot of people filming right now.
Yeah.
And you might as well have the best gear to do it.
For sure.
Yolotech with a K.
Yolotech, that's right. Tech, TEK15, guys. We'll run it down at the bottom, but TEK15 at yolotech.ca. Big thanks to those guys for helping us out, as always. They got a huge presence coming to the CanCast show in April. I'm excited to be part of that brand. I love it. But let's get back to tonight. Guys, I'm happy to be here. We missed a week.
We did.
It's my fault. I came down hard, sick. It was bad.
It's not really your fault you got sick, man.
Oh, man. I was like 2 days. I was rough shape. Like almost took me a week. I had a huge sinus infection, had fluid in behind my ears. I was in the ER.
Are you like a typical man when you're sick? Like, I want my mom. Like,
you ever seen the movie like Old Yeller? When like he drags his dog out back, and he's like, "I'll do it, Mom." That's what,
I got a story.
That's
about
what Leanne was like to me. She's like, "I'm gonna drag you out behind the bar. And I'm gonna put a ball."
That's every single one of my sister's boyfriends. I always ask them. I'm like, "You know the story of Old Yeller?"
Oh, you have to know it.
They're like, "Yeah." I said, "Don't make me take you out back."
You never said that to me.
Well, I kind of like you.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. So, anyways, but no, I'm happy to be back here. I want to say thank you again to all you guys that have listened. The amount of comments we're getting, and like the last couple weeks, hey, when's the next episode coming? When's the next episode coming? Those really resonate with me. I know it does with you guys as well, and we love hearing that feedback. And you know what? We're gonna try to keep putting these together the best we can. We got an awesome winter coming up with some cool things on the horizon, and I just think we're gonna really do something kind of special here the next few months, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we got some. I think we're gonna plan to have some guests in, and
yeah,
yeah,
for sure. So we'll kind of get in the swing of things. But the number one thing you guys can do for us is follow us on social media, and please, please, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please.
That's a big one.
That's a big one for us. So for sure. But anyways, guys, been a few weeks. What have you guys been up to?
Well, I've been working like crazy.
Yeah,
I got out fishing a couple times. It was our friend Mike Connergy's birthday there, September 10th.
How's he doing?
He's doing very well. He's doing very. He's got his new Skeeter. So what a beautiful boat that is.
Whoa! What happened in the Ranger?
He told you I had to upgrade. I got a 21, so he needed something bigger, right?
Nice, good for him.
Yeah, no, I pulled his chain on it there last year. I told him, I said, "Geez, Mike," I said, "if you're ever going to get into a new boat, now's the time. You're going to sell that boat." I said, "If you want to sell that boat of yours and get top dollar for it now, you wait till after the new year. It's over.
Yeah,
it'll be over." And sure enough, the market kind of flattened out, and guys are having trouble getting top dollar for their boats now. And he sold his at the right time and dumped that money into a brand new Skeeter, and he's pretty happy.
So what Skeeter is it?
He's got the
ZXR.
ZXR.
Yeah, that's a sweet boat.
Yeah.
That's what brand new.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the same one that Tim got. I think Chonger got a ZXR too. Maybe he got an FXR.
Oh no,
Chonger got the FXR.
FXR, man. They're beautiful boats though. Beautiful.
Yeah, it is a sweet rig.
That
good. Motor is oh my God, what a beast.
The Yamaha?
Big Yamaha. That thing is a presence.
Quiet
on the
too.
back. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And get up and go, eh?
Yeah.
Like there's no like nose up, getting ready to, get on plane. It's just get up and go.
Get up and go. No, that's awesome. It's like my kayak. Just get up and go.
Kind of like it.
Yeah.
No, I'm waiting too for that boat market. You know what? It's so like I'm talking to a few dealers this week, right? I'm trying to gather some info, and there's a few boat reps that can't really say names because I don't, out of respect for them, want to like say what they're saying. But I think you're gonna see a fire sale on boats, and here's the issues they're running into. One, the dealers all ordered a crazy amount of inventory because of COVID when they thought the buying was gonna keep going. Now they're all sitting there and they have too much inventory on the lot. But the issue too is the interest rates are crazy. Like even like let's look at pickup trucks right now. I've been financing a truck, buying a new one every year for the last 4 years at 0% or 0.9.
Right.
GM's program right now is like 3.9 and 5.49 on like a 3/4 ton. Like it's getting, you know what I mean?
It's going up again
So
in October, November.
Yeah. So your cost of borrowing is like $18,000 when it used to be next to nothing, right? If you do the math. So all these guys now looking at $100,000 boats. That's your interest rate. It's going to change things, right? So I think you're going to see a fire sale on boats. If you're able to buy in cash, you're going to be able to get yourself a deal on a boat.
Right.
I know a guy that's is with a marina, and they hadn't sold a single boat all year. Last year, they had none.
Really?
They sold them all. They're waiting for them, and not a single one this year.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
That tells you where the market's
Scary is what that is.
And it's not because people aren't using them. Like the waterways are still busy. I live on County Road 9. I watch the boats go past me every single weekend going to Rice Lake, whatever. It's just that people are like, you know what? I'm maybe going to run this old thing for a little bit longer and not buy that because simply the price of it. Like when do we hit the top? Like when is too much for a boat?
I think we've already hit it.
Oh, yeah, long ago.
Yeah.
Long ago.
Like if you think a guy has a brand new bass boat, the graphs, the poles, the trolling motor, all the the whole 9 yards into it, the truck to pull it, he's over 200 grand.
Dude, I paid $118 for my house. Many, many years ago. But
Did you
$118
really?
for my house.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I can't even get a boat for that now.
No.
That's crazy.
It's nuts, man. It's absolutely crazy. So, which I think is why we got so much traction on our last conversation about the tin boat championship.
Right.
Is it the cost of living? But we mentioned about building a tin boat, which we're going to do this winter. I bet you we can build this tin boat in a day. It's going to be phenomenal.
No, you're not building
I don't know about a day.
No. Maybe 2 days.
I've worked on a lot of boats, dude. We're not going to build it.
No.
Says the guy that doesn't own a hammer.
Yeah. No. I got this part covered. So, anyways, we had so many people when we joked, we kind of half seriously talked about having a tin boat championship.
Yeah, for sure
Yeah.
we did.
I think we have a full field. It's a possibility that we could have a full field to do this event. So we were talking a little bit before the show. We're highly considering doing this.
Well, yeah, 100%.
So if you guys want us to do this, seriously reach out to us. Tell us what you think. There's obviously a few rules we got to put in place. Like
And tell us what kind of boat you have. Like we're struggling with where we got to limit this.
When does a tinny become like not a tinny anymore?
Yeah, because right now we're thinking 16 feet, 60 horsepower max.
Probably. And you don't need a live well. It's not going to be a live well event. We'll use one of the measuring board.
We'll just
apps,
drag them on a stringer.
Whatever works. But the point being
The old
is
catch and kill.
Yeah, exactly. Fish fry after.
Yeah, there you go.
Everybody throw your 5-pound bass into the deep fryer.
That's
There you
it.
go.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we're pretty serious about this. So message us. Let us know what boat you have if you participate. Now, here's my challenge, though. There's a lot of tournament bass boat guys, for lack of a better term, that should show up in the tin boat and have a little bit of fun. But I think some of them will have a hard time parking their egos, and they might be too scared to show up.
We don't want that crowd.
Come on. I think it'd be hilarious to have everybody out there for a fun day.
There's
Would be.
a bunch of them that have tin boats.
Are we allowing sonars?
Well, if you got a tin boat, whatever you can put on your tin boat, we put a
Agree.
we put a
The only restriction is going to be the size and the motor.
really
If
restrictions
you
on
wanna-
size of motor. That's it.
Two-man teams?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, 2-man team, or if you got a kid, you can have 3.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I guess depending on the size of your boat. I don't really care how many people are in your boat, to be honest.
Just don't max out your boat.
Still max out your boat.
There you go.
We'll have a camera boat running around, take a bunch of sweet footage that day.
Yeah, it'd be good.
It will be awesome.
Some YOLO text going.
Maybe
Yep.
Shawn, because he can't catch them anyways.
What? Fish?
Mm-hmm.
I catch fish.
Holy shots fired.
It's not lots of them.
Guys, we're literally 10 minutes and 18 seconds into the show, and you guys are already fighting.
I'm bleeding over here.
Yeah, tell him how well it is. Ask him how it went.
Yeah. Well,
How'd it go for Mike's birthday, Shawn?
see, what happened at Mike's birthday?
Oh, we had a good time. Caught lots of fish.
Did you pull a Mark Hunter? Oh, your head's down in shame.
Second time in a row.
Did you not catch any fish?
Yeah.
Well, no, it took us a bit to get onto them, and
What was the first time?
The week before.
no, it was 2 weeks.
2
before.
weeks before, yeah.
2 weeks before, and in the fall the fish move, and like we were onto them really, really good deep. We got some juice out there that just they're stacked up, and
Throw a crankbait?
No.
But we found the fish, moved in shallow, and they were chasing like small 4-inch perch, right?
Okay, so fall fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
I think this is one of the best times of the year.
Me too.
I love it.
They're eating.
They're eating.
I think it's the hardest time to find them.
But you think it's just a matter of like you have to have the skills and the knowledge to like where they are. Like if you like Gord Theiser always said, largemouth will always go where the last little bit of green is or grass in the lake, right? If you find that one clump of green grass left, you'll catch every largemouth in the lake.
It all depends on what they're eating. I think it depends on what's in the lake.
Bait goes deeper sometimes too.
Yeah, I think in the fall the bait tends to push up, and then the fish push up, and then they all move back out for the winning holes, right?
Yeah.
I would say they're more bait oriented this time of year.
Putting the feed bag on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the smallmouth, instead of looking down, they start to look up.
Yep.
Right? And they're following those bait balls. That's why topwater is just lights out in the fall.
The old jerk bait, even.
Yeah.
Slow twitch.
Yeah.
I find like smallmouth at the lakes that I enjoy going to anyways, if you find sand, like a sand shoal or something, they're going to be there at some point.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So where have you guys been fishing lately?
Lately?
You want to tell us what lakes you've been on?
I haven't been on very many lakes. I didn't get to fish this year as much as I wanted to. Like my boat didn't go on the water until the first week of July, right?
Yep.
And usually by the first week of July, I've got 30 days on the water.
It's not like you didn't go out.
Yeah,
You just go out in your boat.
yeah. But I went out with Danny. I went out with you. I went out with Mike. And working on everybody else's boats, and then we go out and make sure everything's good. And then like my boat came in last, right?
Yeah.
It's
It's the truth.
Well, when your buddies need help, right?
That's it. Sean's always there to
Yeah, he is.
lend a hand.
Doesn't matter what time it is, Shawn will be there.
Yeah.
So like fall fishing, I think there's reasons why I like it. One, I like that I'm not sweating my bag off all day standing in the front 33-degree weather. Two, I like it other than when it rains hard. I don't mind like the weather. I don't mind putting on the rain suit and the bibs, and you know what I mean. And I've always liked that kind of fishing.
Yeah, you tend to get
Crankbaits,
bigger fish too,
bigger
right?
fish, harder hits.
I like the least amount of boats on the water. A lot of people put their boats away, come Labor Day. So the end of September, early October into November, there's a handful of guys out there, maybe. There's no jet skis, there's no tubers.
No, for sure.
So that's a great part about fall fishing.
Didn't you catch your personal best largely in the fall?
I did, October 3rd.
So there's a lot of season left.
Still remember that. October.
Yeah, because we have until the middle of November.
Middle of November.
Oh, December 15th, buddy.
So who keeps their boat out the longest that you know? Like who's that guy that is out there when the snow is flying?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not me. I think after my last tournament on Lake of Bays, beginning of October, I'm gonna winterize the boat right to the ramp there.
You kind of switch to hunting mode.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys like that.
Yep.
Me included.
I used to hate putting the boat away, but now it's
You got other hobbies.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
What is the coldest day you've ever fished?
-10.
Holy smoke.
Inch of snow on the deck.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Remember crashing through the ice on Balsam that spring?
Yeah, that was
For pike. We were actually
Really?
cutting ice with the boat. Yeah.
Really? Just like a thin layer?
Half the
No, it
lake was
wasn't
still
that
frozen,
thin.
dude.
No?
It wasn't that thin. We couldn't go to half the lake.
Whose boat was this?
That was mine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Not the one you sold, that poor guy?
Yep.
No, it was a new one.
No, it wasn't.
Was it?
No,
Was it the
no,
old
it
one?
was the old one. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
because that was 2020.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess it was.
Right?
Yeah. 'cause I got
Remember,
that
we
boat
were all
last year.
sketched out. We were out looking. We were driving together, and you're like, "I don't want people to see us. We should probably wear a mask while we sit beside each other."
I never ever
the
said
old,
that.
the old COVID.
Yeah.
First year of COVID.
We
Man.
we did spend a day driving all around looking for launches though that were open we could get to.
Yeah,
So
we
I
did.
so
Yeah,
I
and then we went
remember-
fishing.
Yeah, and we did. Next day we went fishing.
It's so funny you said that. So I remember that now. It's all coming back. So remember the launches were closed because of COVID.
Yeah.
And you remember I remember just how infuriated I was because I had the boat. I wanted to go
I
walleye
know.
fishing. And this is May now.
There was
and
a
they're
lot of
still
bad
not
people.
open. And I remember I'm emailing the town and I'm calling and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Why can't I go launch my boat solo and blah blah blah. But I remember being absolutely livid, going around trying to find secret launches and that was that's crazy to think we were in times like that.
When you think about it, it's kind of weird. They didn't want you to come to town, right? Because they didn't want you to go into the shops and spend money and feed COVID. But then you have communities that don't want you in town that can't realize that we're spending money in the shops and they're you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a
It's
weird.
It all depends on where you go. Because if you go to a place like Port Hope, right, and they shut down the river there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Well, they made all the property off limits.
Yeah.
But if you could walk up the river, they couldn't stop you from walking up the river or bringing a boat up and then being in the water.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. So, yeah, it was just crazy to think what.
Port Hope's been like that for a long time. They've hated anglers for a long time.
Well,
you know what?
but
If you go down there, this weekend or whatever before, I can see their point.
Yeah, and
I can see the point, but
see, we used to own family property on the Wilmont Creek, and we own the property on both sides, and it was non-navigable waters. So we own that part of the creek, and we'd have M&R there all the time charging people. You had some really good guys that totally understood, and they just move along. And you have other people that sit there and fight with you, and they just get them ticketed, right? It was my mother's place at the time. But there's certain places like that. You got to look at the Non-Navigable Water Act. You can't physically take a boat down it. If it's listed as non-navigable waters and someone owns property on both sides, that's their property. That's what a lot of people don't understand these rules. So the M&R actually gave us a sign to put up, a printout, non-navigable waters, M&R, call this number, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not saying that's what Port Hope is because I don't know. But I think right now the problem is that if you go down to Port Hope right now, you literally see guys snagging in the river, and it's giving every one of us a bad name. You know what I mean? So for people who don't understand fishing, they just think that these guys, and it's not fishing at that point. Not fishing at all.
Well, it's illegal.
It's illegal. That's what I'm saying, right? So it gives all the anglers a bad name.
But there's a lot of people that just don't know the regs. They don't bother to pick up the book. They don't look into it. They don't care.
And at the same time, the M&R, they don't have the manpower to enforce it, which there's no excuse for that.
No,
there's no excuse. There should be M&R down there, not ticketing, but educating and talking to people and doing stuff. And you know what I mean? And it's ridiculous that the license sales that we have can't help them get the support they need.
Right.
Right?
I understand that.
And I'm not saying we need somebody down there ticketing every time you see an angler, but it'd be awesome to have someone around to educate you every now and then.
100%. All our license fees should go to a fund for the MNR, not into the big old coffer pocket.
Yeah.
And actually a fund strictly for MNR.
Yeah. No, for sure. So I'm not against anybody that river fishes or anything like that, but all I'm saying is know the rules, know where you're fishing. Be respectful to people. If it's no different than when you fish somebody's dock and they hate it.
Right.
Right? Dude, I love fishing docks. Love it. It's one of the skill sets that I can figure out, especially when you're in the kayak and you're low. It's right underneath, right? But I also respect the fact that guy does not like me running my jig off his $100,000 wakeboard boat.
Makes sense.
I can understand that. So usually if they're out, I'm like, hey man, you mind if I fish your dock? No problem. Usually I love shooting the shit with you or whatever. And I'm not going to lie. I'm the first one to flip under a good pontoon boat if I see it. But I also make sure that I'm being respectful to... But I don't like when they come out and say, hey, you can't fish here. No, woman. You don't own the water.
I let them set the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, that's the best way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had a bad confrontation from a cottage owner?
Oh, dude, I've been shot at.
What?
Yeah.
Tell
on
us
Del
about it.
Rimple.
Really?
Deborah, Dan Risotto and myself, we were in a DAA tournament.
Yeah.
You know the one right on Avery Point. The guy's got no fishing all over. He's got a couple pontoon boats. He actually went up. He was yelling and screaming. We weren't even near his dock at this time.
Really?
We come up to closer to the dock. He gets some kind of, I don't know what it was. It wasn't a potato gun because he was actually hitting it in the water beside us. We called RCMP, but we couldn't give him an address, a physical address, because we're floating in the water. We don't know what his address is. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Oh, I was mad. I was ready to run across and start swinging.
I don't think I'd take that very well.
Yeah,
getting shot.
Yeah,
at.
I was
That's
upset
because I was on the same body of water, and I was not far from Avery.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Krista Tosco, we were rolled into this that little bay right at the end of Avery, and this guy come out of his cottage, and on the way down to his dock, it was probably about 40 yards. On the way down to his dock, he bends down and he picks up this log, and this log was huge, had to weigh 80 pounds.
Yeah,
did you lift it?
Huge. No, he did. He picks it up and throws it over his shoulder, and here he comes. He's wearing no shirt. And the guy was pissed drunk, right? Figured this out after when we were talking to him. He comes down, he gets to the bottom of his dock, like right where it meets the water, and he throws it. It breaks the middle of his dock, bounces off, and hits his boat, and me and Chris just start laughing. Right? I look at the guy, and I'm like, really, man? Like,
wow.
Look what you did to your dock. And he's like, really? I was like, wow. I was like, oh, well, I guess you don't want us fishing here. He's like, nope, you're not allowed to fish here. And I was like, all right, well, Chris, you can handle this guy. And Chris just started fishing his dock.
Wow.
Yeah. But he was jumping up and down on it.
Yeah, I haven't had like a real bad one. One lady I was out fishing with Garrett Woolings. It's been like 5 years ago now, a while back, and we were on Seymour, I think, and we just like came close to her dock. We weren't even fishing it, and she just comes running down the lawn, just screaming, "Can't fish here, Bob!" Like, and we're like, "Look, we haven't even like casted towards shore. Like, we're literally in the channel. You know what I mean?" Mm-hmm. But other than that, I haven't had like a bad. I don't think I've had a bad confrontation of anybody, not like you guys have anyway.
Yeah, you know what? There's some people that are nice as pie.
Oh, I've met some
do you want a
people.
coffee?
Yeah.
I've had people offer me, if they want a drink.
Yeah.
It's hot out. You want some water?
Yeah. Want a beer? Like whatever.
And then I've had other people that are just nasty.
Yeah.
No,
like I said, I think there's both sides of it. Depends what perspective you're looking at it.
I had some people up on Crystal Lake. I come around and I was fishing out in the front. I wasn't fishing docks, but I was fishing a break wall. And, they got talking to me, offered me a coffee. Hey, are you hungry? You want some breakfast? And I was like, no. And the guy's like, and I was catching smallies. And he's like, I fish you off here all the time, and I can never catch a fish. And I'm like, well, probably you're doing the thing wrong. And I'm like, have you ever used a drop shot? He's like, what's a drop shot? I gave him a rod. I gave him hooks. I gave him tungsten weights, and I gave him baits. Set him right up. Boom, he throws in his first fish, or first cast, catches a fish. He's like, this is awesome. I said, that's for you, my man. I'll see you later.
Well, that's wicked.
Right?
That's awesome. You can fish near my dock anytime if you're giving us rods.
Did you get his number?
Yeah. I like to give stuff away, right?
Yeah, I know you do.
That's funny. So speaking of buying boats, I'm scared to buy a new boat because I'm scared that I'm going to get a lemon. Because everything that I buy brand new ends up being a lemon.
Ask Mike about that.
I'm
Guys
cursed.
got so bad of luck with stuff.
I'm cursed.
Yeah?
Oh, man. So I bought a pickup truck in 2011, a brand new Dodge Ram. The biggest piece of crap ever. We're probably, Woody, apologize. We're definitely not going to get any truck sponsors after this episode. But big thing, like literally, they had electrical issues. Like I had a rental car more in my truck. Finally, like the dealer made a deal with me a year later. I got a 2012. Best truck I ever owned. Put 200,000 on it. Was freaking incredible. Best truck. Went to a 2016 Chev. It was okay. A couple problems, whatever. Got a 2019. Came from the factory with a bent push rod. You knew like lifters, pistons, like everything complete lemon. Same thing. Couldn't keep it in the driveway. Was always had a rental car. They couldn't fix it. New motor, new this. Just kept screwing up. Finally, GM stepped up, gives me a new truck, or gives me a credit, or the dealer worked some magic. I got a new one. Good truck. I go and buy another new one because I do a lot of miles, so I flip them every year, right?
Right.
I get a brand new truck about 2 months ago now, and the thing is absolutely messed up. They can't get parts for it. won't put a new motor in it, won't give me a truck. It's burning oil, needs a new crankcase valve, intercooler, turbo, fuel management system, all this stuff.
Brand new truck.
And I'm a little upset about it because, you know, I went in there having problems at 7,000 kilometers on this truck. And apparently it's my fault, and they feel like they shouldn't have to do anything about it. So I'm a little upset.
Well, I guess you would be.
And I feel like, you know, when I spend that kind of money, I deserve to have
You
a truck
should be
that works.
pumped about your
Now,
new truck.
I will say the dealer is phenomenal. They've always helped me out. They've given me a demo to drive. They want their demo back now, and they want me to go on a rental car. The issue with that, though, is I can't tow anything of a rental car. I can't pull my trailer. I can't pull my boat. Can't, you know, do anything that I want to do. Go to my camp. Can't pull my side-by-side for the hunt. And I'm at the point where, look, I understand the process. There's warranty processes. I get it. If you can't get the parts to fix that truck,
just give me a new truck.
give me a new, or like give me a crate motor, or do something. This truck is brand new, and I get it. It happens all the time, man. I can find a lemon.
Isn't the demo truck you're in right now the exact same truck?
It has a few more options, but basically identical. Same motor. It's the little diesel.
They should just say, okay, you can take
Had the
this one.
same kilometers on it too as when I dropped mine off.
Really?
It's like equal.
Wow, I'd be talking to them about that one.
Yeah. Well, they say it's not them. They say it's GM, and I said, well, at some point I'm gonna get vocal. So this is me venting right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'm sick of it. Because I've done my part. I've been professional. I get it. I understand there's a process. Burned oil like crazy. You guys were behind me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we smelt it.
Not only that, but no one would believe me. So I had to do a oil consumption chart where I had to go, and every time I filled it up, I had to do it at the dealer so they could sign off on it. I wasn't allowed to fill it up myself.
Right.
Wow.
So that ticked me off as it is, because I'm a busy guy. I can't be going to the dealer 45 minutes.
It's not like you live in town either.
It was taking over half a liter for like 200 kilometers of driving.
Oh, wow.
Well, you do that a day, no problem.
No problem at all. That's nothing, man.
Wow.
Were they supplying you this oil while you were doing it?
Actually, the mechanic did give me some oil.
Yeah.
Because he felt bad, because he's like, dude, this thing's screwed. But he...
See, that there should be enough for you to get a new truck. If their mechanic is saying this thing is screwed, here's free oil because we know you're going to burn it.
Yeah. They say they've escalated it to GM, but GM doesn't feel like it needs to be replaced. So I also heard that to get to the one system they need to replace, they have to take the cab off. It's a 14-hour job. And I said, well, that truck will never be the same again if that cab comes off.
It won't be.
I said I didn't buy a rebuild.
That's right.
I bought a new truck. This thing's going to be rebuilt.
That's right.
So I'm a little upset about it.
Oh, I don't blame you, buddy.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, I bought the very first boat I bought was a lemon. I bought a fishing ski.
Yep.
And it had 100 Merc on it, and it hadn't been in the water for a couple of years, but he said it was water ready, good to go. And the guy was out of town. He was in Newfoundland. He was a police officer, an RCMP, and he got shipped out to Newfoundland. So I bought it from his father. His father took care of the deal.
Okay.
And I gave him $6,500 for it.
Yeah.
The guy wanted 73, and I said to the dad, I said, will you take 65? He's like, get it off my lawn. I'm like, no problem. I said, I'll go get the cash and I'll come back. So the very next day, I took it out on the water, and we had it, took it out of the channel. We were on Balsam, throttle down, and it would not go on plane. Would not. And I'm like, something's wrong with this boat. I phoned the guy right away. I said, I just water tested that boat. He said it was water ready. I said, there's something wrong with it. I said, I'm going to bring it back to you, and I'd like my money back. He's like, oh no, you got to talk to my son about that. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll call your son. So for 15 days, his son dodged my calls.
Wow.
On the 16th day, he answered the phone. And I said, okay, it's nice to get a hold of you finally.
Yeah.
I'd like to return this boat and get my money back. And he's like, you only have 15 days to return the boat.
Oh, no.
It's been 16 days. And I was like, well, okay. This is how it's going to go. He's like, well, that's the law. I was like, okay. I didn't know the laws. I never.
Yeah.
You know, I just figured he'd be a stand-up guy. Like if I sold somebody and the next day they wanted their money back, something was wrong with it. Hey, no problem. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
Right. So I I went and got the motor looked at, and the one of the cylinders was gone. So I got a price for it, and I called him up, and I said, I'm going to need you to pay for this. And he was like, I'm not paying for that. I said, well, okay, this is how this is going to go down now. I said, you work in Newfoundland, and this deal was in Ontario. I said, I'm going to sue you, and you're going to have to get a lawyer, right? And you're going to have to pay a lawyer, and then you're going to have to eventually come back.
Yeah.
And when you come back, I'm going to postpone it.
Yeah.
Right? Then you're going to have to go home. And when you come back again, I'm going to postpone it again.
Yeah.
Right? I said, I'm going to hit you in the pocket. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I'll cost you way more than this boat cost me.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, send me the bill.
That
was it.
And
I sent him the bill, and he paid it.
And like buying something used is one thing, right? You know, you really got to trust the guy. Like, you know, that's what, but buying this thing new, and like, look, I'm not saying that all these trucks are junk, dude. I've had them all. This one was just built on a Friday or a Monday. Like you get a bad one.
Yeah,
you know what? It's no different than you get a bad reel here and there. You get a bad whatever. Like it happens. Hey, we'll replace it. No problem.
Yeah.
But I'm a little frustrated with this situation.
The customer service. Where's the customer service there?
Well, especially me, a guy that buys a truck every year off them and send a ton of business there to it, right? Like it's where, you know, look, I get there's only certain things the dealer can do, so I'm not holding the dealer accountable. They've been fantastic. But
have you started to climb the ladder in GM yet?
Well, I'm going to this week.
Have you tried driving the truck through the front window?
Whoa. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet, no.
Holy smokes.
No. You know what? So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on it, but it sucks.
Yeah.
It's a crappy feeling knowing you're paying for that thing, and it's like I said to my wife, actually, I just canceled the insurance on it because they can't even give me an ETA.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, you're paying insurance on a vehicle you don't even have.
Everything, yeah.
So the vehicle's not at your house. You drive.
No, it's sitting there. They can't get parts.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
What about you?
What about me?
Any lemons?
Yeah. Yeah. When my first wife, my wife
No, we're talking boats and we're talking boats and
when
trucks here, not your wife.
Got her license. She got her license in her 30s, right? So fairly late.
Any lemons? My wife.
Yeah.
My first wife was a lemon.
Joan.
Yeah.
We know that's not what he meant.
You're a dead man.
I bought her a brand new HHR when they came out.
Oh, I remember that.
Right?
Yeah.
That thing was in the shop more than it was in the driveway.
Brutal.
And finally, I said, look, I went in the dealer. So I said, look, if I come home to my wife crying about this new car again, it's not going to go well. Oh, and there's nothing we could do, nothing we could do. So we started climbing the ladder. No. And then a good friend of my mom's, she stepped in.
Yep.
And then she was told to step out.
Wait, why did she step in?
She was high up in GM. She's retired now, but she was in the head offices at GM, so it was a contact. We knew her. They were good friends of my mom's, and, you know.
Okay.
So she got involved, and she was told to step back.
Okay.
And then we just kept going, and we ended up getting a new car, actually.
Wow.
They did give us one. And then the dealer was surprised because this never happened.
Well, the thing, too, is, like, there's no lemon law in Ontario.
No.
Right? Like, the States has a lemon law. Yeah. So, like, they would look at mine and be like, you paid purchase, and, like, adamantly you did not get the product you paid for.
That's right.
Like, it's within 10,000 kilometers here, guys. Like, this is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
so was this.
Right?
This was, like,
no,
under
that's
5,000.
Yeah.
5,000.
Like, this is insanity.
Before the first oil changes due.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that was the first thing, too, is, like, you take it, and they're like, oh, it's burning oil. Whoever did the oil change last in a prime filter. I'm like, no one's changed the oil. Well, no one's changed the oil, guys. It's got no miles on it. Like, I have free oil changes of you for buying the truck here. Like,
That's
you
right.
guys changed the oil. Like, I haven't touched it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, and it's just, there's something wrong with it. So, glow plugs blew on it too right away. Like, everything in it is not working.
Yeah.
Right? So
you better get away from that one, bud.
Yeah.
100%. It's for sale if anybody wants it. It's a real good deal. A real good deal. And it sucks because, like, now, like, what do you do? Like, I don't even know how I'll get out of this one good. You know?
You got to climb the ladder. I think it's the only way.
Yeah. We'll be climbing it. And even if I get it back and it's working good, it won't. It will screw up again.
I would just climb the ladder and complain so much that you end up with that truck that you have in the driveway right now.
Yeah.
How are you with heights? You good with the ladders?
Oh, buddy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you can always drive through the front window.
No, that won't get us
that's
there.
not good.
That won't get us there. But hey, whatever, man. It's part of life, and you know what? If that's the worst thing that happens to me right now, whatever. Knock on wood. But
Right.
I literally, it's the family joke. If there's a lemon, Kyle will find it. I have the worst luck in vehicles ever.
Wow.
Ever. That's why I'm scared to buy anything new. You know what I mean?
And it shouldn't be that way. You should be an exciting time.
No, I've had a couple good trucks the last few years. I'll say that, but I don't know. So, all right, what else is going on for you guys these days?
Did some hunting on the weekend.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let some air out some geese.
See, look at you.
Yeah.
It's only September 19th. You've already quit fishing.
Yeah.
I didn't quit
I know.
fishing. I just, the opportunity's there, early season geese, right? So
Yeah. Okay.
went out to the farm and knocked some down. It was a good day.
All right, so we got deer season coming up, which all three of us love.
Yeah.
And we won't get into it too deep here because this is a fishing podcast. We'll respect that. We love you listeners, but we know a bunch of you hunt. But after deer season, it's ice fishing season.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you guys ice fish?
Yeah, I used to do it a ton, bud.
Like-
I went once last year. We didn't go.
So do you know more people ice fish than fish in the summer, right?
Right.
That's a statistic. It's true. So that's one thing where in college we'd ice fish all the time. Be get the boys, you know what I mean? Let's go to the lake, whatever. We went to school in Peterborough. But I definitely haven't seen myself doing it much the last few years.
Like Shawn and I went. We went the same hut last year. We watched
Where'd you guys go?
two
Great
movies. We
story.
watched that Netflix going with,
Yeah.
with the iPad there. It was a good time.
I mean, I'll probably do it more this year now that we got the camp built. Thank you guys.
Yeah, Mark got his personal
Right.
best that day.
Yeah, I did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Where Quinty Gold?
Right in
I
front
had
of
it on,
Shawn.
popped it off,
Oh yeah.
and
Then
he dropped down, and it ate his.
Execution.
Yeah, it was what 8 and change.
Do you have a snowmobile?
And I had a bigger one too that snapped my rod. Remember that one?
Yeah,
Do you have a snowmobile or anything to get your guys?
Four-wheeler.
I got a wheeler.
but we that was pretty early season, and the ice was super insanely sketchy.
Do you wear a floater suit?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But we were out on the Quinny, and it was 4 inches,
Oh man.
and it
Or
was
we spot all the way back, and we
Yeah.
let the other people in the group go first.
yeah.
So there's always that one or two guys that have to be first out.
No,
Well,
it's not that guy.
What's with that? Why do you want the bragging rights? I was first out.
I don't like going out on sketchy ice. When I asked him, oh yeah, the ice is good. We get out there and pop. I was like, whoa.
Especially with current. Yeah, you don't
This
mess
is
around
sketchy.
with that stuff.
And it's not like we only take a couple things. I got a setup, dude. I got a great big
Yeah.
hut with a cot,
Yeah.
the chairs, with
Oh,
cooking
yeah.
stuff. Then you got the graphs and batteries and
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's right. I got one of those snow coaches. For pulling the kids into the
Yeah,
camp.
oh, yeah.
Seats 2 adults, fully enclosed. I'll tow you guys out on that this
there
year.
we go.
I'll do it.
You guys can have your coffee going in your hand.
That's
I'll
cool.
pull you out in the sled. We can hook your
I'm in.
ice hut to the back of that. Be like a train.
Yeah, man.
Be like a train.
We'll make a trade.
I got a big enough sled and a tow bar. We could do that.
Yeah, there you go. No, I think I'll ice fish a little bit more this year.
Yeah, I'll get out a few more times this year. Well, I've had the house renovation going on, right? And in the wintertime is I told my woman that the wintertime's my time to work inside the house, because when the spring comes through into the fall, I'm not working in the house. I'm fishing.
Really? How's that conversation go?
Yeah, you know
Just
what?
like that.
Yeah, that's exactly how it
That's
goes,
good.
and she's cool with it. She's like, okay, I understand. You got to do your thing, because when I don't fish, I'm a different person. I'm angry.
Well, maybe if you get off only fish, you'd be look how good he matched his hat up to his
He
shirt.
does. It matches
like
his
that?
shirt,
Oh.
which matches his socks.
Well, I just want to ask: have you looked anything up on your iPad yet tonight?
Yeah, YOLOtech.ca, baby. I want my 10% off.
There you
15.
Yeah,
go. 15. Yeah. You know what? I might even give you a code for 25 off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we should. I should be taking one of these down. I'm leaving on Thursday. Me and Danny, we're heading down to Lake Pickwick.
Yep. Yeah. So tell us about that. What's coming? What's going on with that? You and Danny are heading south.
Well, Danny did really good in the regionals. He ended up second overall.
So this is Danny McGarry.
Yep, Danny
So for
McGarry.
everybody knows who we're talking about.
Yeah, so he ended up second overall in the entire derby, and obviously number one for the Ontario team.
Yep.
So he got a chance to go down and compete in the nationals. And last year he was also our national contender. He went last year, so this is 2 years in a row, right? So we're going down to Pickwick, and there's an information cutoff date.
Yep.
So for the month before the Derby, nobody's allowed on the water or any information, right?
Yep.
So we're going down before, like we're going to be gone for, I think, 6 days before the information line's cut off. So we're going down close enough that we can get a good look around the lake. I think we're going down for 9 days.
That's a good haul.
Gone. Yeah. So it's going to be kind of boring for me because we're going to do a lot of scanning. Like we do a lot of driving around. It's you got to learn the body of water, right? Because not necessarily a month from now the fish are going to be doing what we find. You know what I mean? So it's good to go out and find zones, right?
Yeah.
That's his thing. He wants to go out and find good zones that he can go around and buzz around because they've only got, I think, 3 days official practice before the Derby. Now he's only fishing against 50 guys in the Nationals, okay? And for the top 3 guys, get a berth to the 2023 Bassmaster Classic.
So, like, he has a very realistic chance at getting this done.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
We could have 2 good buddies. Well, 4 good, but 5.
Well,
5 Canadian. There could be 5.
You imagine if there was 5 Canadians in the Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be killer. Well,
Like, I think Danny, and I'm not just saying this because he's a buddy, I think he can do this.
I
think
do
he
too.
can too.
Yeah.
I think he can. I think he will.
Yeah, I've spent enough time with him on the boat the last few years. He's super talented. He's got a cadence about him when he fishes. He can really make them go, and he's got a gift for finding fish.
Right now, he's doing a boat makeover.
Yeah. We just put on all new Garmins.
Thing is ripped apart right now.
Yeah. We put brand new Garmin graphs on. We put the Garmin Force trolling motor.
Nice.
What an unbelievable piece of machinery that thing is.
I love that thing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
One in the near future, I hope.
Put power poles on the back.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Ran all new power front to back for him. Did it all over at Mercer Marine. Him and Andrew Mercer and Bob Mercer worked a crazy day on Saturday.
Couple beauties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we were over there this afternoon getting after it again. There's going to be still a little bit more, I imagine, to do tomorrow and maybe the next night. But Thursday we're on the road. Tomorrow I got to go pick up my passport.
Oh yeah.
What, did you wait in line?
I went the week before last, and everybody knows passport offices.
Oh, it's a mess.
Mental.
So
I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, made her to Whitby for 4, and I was the 3rd guy in line.
Wow.
4 o'clock, and there's already 2 people in front of you.
And it opened at what time? 8?
No, it opens at 8:30, but I think it was 8:30. But they take you into the building at 6 a.m. and you go inside. But when we were there earlier, there's a security guard outside, and he's like, "Listen," he's like, "Did you bring a chair?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I brought a chair." He's like, "Put it there in spot. That's your spot in lineup." And he's like, "Go hang out in your truck. You don't have to hang out here."
Good guy.
He's like, "At 6 o'clock, come back to your chair. I'm going to open the door and let everybody in."
Yeah.
I'm like, that's awesome. So it was around 4:30, 4:45. I see this lady get dropped off, and she's standing there, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, "Oh no." He looks at her. He's like, "You have a chair?" She's like, "No, I had a chair in the back of my truck." I hopped right out, took that chair over to her, and I was like, "Here you go." She's like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." I'm like, "Yeah, 4 hours standing on your feet first thing in the morning. It'd ruin your day, right?"
Yeah.
So she was super thankful about that. And then we got in. It opened up. Yeah, it was 8:30. It opened up because at 20 to 9, I was back in my truck on my way to the job.
You got lucky, man.
Yeah.
I've heard just horror stories about like trying to get past.
Yeah, it's because of people. If people show up at 10 o'clock and expect to go in there, it ain't gonna happen.
Well, the thing is too with the passport offices too, you really got to do your research and make sure you're in the right spot, because if you're traveling from anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, you have to go. I think there's 2 or 3 locations you have to go to.
Yeah.
Right? They're the only places that will handle that.
Yeah.
If you're traveling anywhere from 3 to 45 days, there's other places that are designated for that. Whitby is one of them.
Okay.
Right? So I went in there, and you have to show proof of travel. I went down there. I had all my Airbnb stuff printed out for them.
Yep.
Had all my everything right there. Boom, here's all my information. She's like, yep, no problem. She's like, I'm going to have you pick it up on the 21st. I said, well, the 21st is kind of when I'm jamming. She's like, okay, I'm going to have you pick it up on the 20th. I was like, that works. Right?
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. I had to pay an extra $50 because I got to pick it up.
Yeah.
Right? So tomorrow morning I'm driving down to
Did you wear that shirt? Because it kind of makes you look like you're traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Looks like a tourist, eh?
Yeah, no.
It kind of looks like a tourist.
Matchy?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I wore a sweater because it was cold.
So what's that lake gonna fish like this time of year down there?
I'm not too sure. I haven't been there. I think it's going to be a flipping deal, right?
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see.
So only 50 boats, and this has to be top 3.
50 boats, top 3. So the top number 1 guy gets a berth to the elites, and he gets a break on entry fees. I think it's 3 events get paid, I think.
Wow.
So the second and third guy get their entry fees paid for the opens. And now everybody knows with the opens changing this year, the
That's
rules.
huge.
Yeah. With the rules changing, you can't just go fish the northerns or fish the southerns or fish the centrals and qualify through one leg. You have to fish all 9, and you have to place.
Man, like that expense to do that is gonna be
You're going to see the
insane.
fields are going to be a lot less, I think.
It costs, like I talk to Coop all the time, and it costs. He says he figures, and he's doing it cheap. It's going to cost 40 G's just to go and fish those derbies. So if you're thinking about going to fish those derbies, have your finances in order. Make sure that you can make that sacrifice because it's a real deal sacrifice.
It's not worth putting your family out either, in my opinion. Look, number 1 person to chase the dream, but I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
Like Coop and Danny are in a perfect situation.
Now's
for
the
this,
time.
right?
No kids.
Yeah,
no
that's
nothing.
still
what
at
I
home.
told Danny.
Oh, no, Danny's not home, but they still don't have families. There's no children. There's no pets. They get after it, boys, while you can.
Yeah, that's what I told Danny. I said, listen, kid, I said, if you're going to chase your dream, I said, you better do her now, right?
Yeah.
I said, because pretty soon you're going to have to buy a house, right? I said, so you're going to want to do this before you do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you want a house, then you can't do that,
Yeah.
right? Because you're not going to make the scratch
No.
to do everything,
No.
right? So you figure out your finances, where you're going to be, what you got to make, and if it's affordable and if it makes sense. And like he wants to fish. That's all he thinks about. It's all he talks about. Like that kid's got a memory for fishing. It's insane.
So are you going to be able to send us updates for the CanCast page the whole week you're down there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
A couple pictures a day.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2. Yeah.
Little phone call.
Yeah,
Keep us in the loop.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure. Yeah.
We can post it up on our Instagram.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm just going to say, I'll throw it out there for Danny. So, Danny, I apologize if I'm saying this, but I think he's probably looking for sponsors.
Danny?
So, if you have a business.
He's been working real hard on a business plan. He's getting ready to.
So, if you have a business and you think that you could benefit this guy, and remember, I'm not talking to just the fishing industry here.
Mm-hmm.
The best sponsors come from outside the industry.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of eyes on him. If you guys have anything you do for him, any of these other guys that are down there doing the opens or making a run at it, we want to see them all get some support because you know what? It's cool for fishing. It's cool for Canada.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. He's going to walk across 9 stages next year. So
yeah, just reach out to Shawn. He's his agent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll go from there. You should get him sponsored by Only Fish.
Yeah, I know. No, McCall Construction's already sponsored him for one of his derbies. So
there you go.
Yeah. He's working on it, and he's a hardworking kid. I got a lot of respect for him, and he's got a head in a good place, and he makes good decisions. So I got no problem throwing some money at him. You know what I mean?
See,
because I know it's not going to be wasted.
No. See, I guided him to his personal best largemouth in Ontario. So my whole thing was just about, look, Danny,
here we go.
Look,
whatever,
Yeah.
They don't call me Super Guide Kai for nothing.
Super Guide Guy.
You want
That's not what
turkeys
we're
and
calling
hamlets?
you.
Look, I'm like, Danny, you need a confidence boost. Cast at that tree.
That's it. Yeah. Right. Just don't worry about those guys.
Yeah,
They're
don't
not
worry
gonna
about
fish
those
it.
guys. We're just going to cut them off.
Yeah.
Man, I had one person message me on the Instagram page about how nasty of a move that that was, and he was serious.
Really?
That I shouldn't do that, and it's not even the buddies.
It didn't bother us. It shouldn't bother him.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching.
He was upset.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I took a beating after that.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, better you than me.
Yeah. For
We
sure.
were
all
thinking
good.
about popping a hole in your 10 boat there. And,
Yeah, because your guys already had a hole.
right?
We're gonna go
I did.
use that same boat this weekend.
Yeah,
That's
there
where I'm
you go.
going.
Yeah?
Yeah, going up
Nice.
there. We're going to catch.
You're going to that tree.
We're gonna whale on some trout this weekend.
Right on.
I just had that soft tackle box, right? That I had. It was on the ground there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it was, but the water would go to the front or it would go to the back, no matter like where I sat or whatever. So
Yeah.
I had it down on the. I opened my wallet on the way home to go get get gas or whatever. And all the bills were stuck together. It was soaked, dude.
See,
soaked.
that was a stressful ride home for me. Here's why, okay? So one, I left a little bit later than you guys. I was just cleaning up the camp and getting some stuff locked up in that. Well, remember my truck, the oil light was on, so it takes some weird oil. So I checked the dipstick and it was dry, right? So I'm like, okay, we gotta try to get to a Canadian Tire, but they all closed because
Oh,
we went
shoot.
right. They all closed at a certain time, so I'm stopping at every gas station. Can't get oil. Can't get oil. Then I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Thing blows up, it blows up. Whatever. I'm at the point. I don't care anymore. So then I'm like, I'm starving. I'm gonna go to Dairy Queen. And those buggers locked the door as I was walking up to it.
Oh,
And I didn't know.
no.
And these two were sitting in the parking lot down the road from me eating Dairy Queen, but I didn't know either.
We didn't know you were
Yeah.
going to get food, or we would have gone for you. We were the last guys they served.
So I drove home. I was hungry, hangry, and just sitting there waiting for the truck to go pop. So anyways, when the truck got back, I took it into the dealer the next day. It holds like 6 liters of oil, and it took over 4. I drove.
No.
No, it doesn't burn oil though. Nope, not sure why. Nope, don't know where it's going.
There you go.
Oh, you could definitely smell it when we were behind you on those country
I know.
roads.
That's bad.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, a couple things here. I got a little Q&A session sponsored by our friends at Daiwa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I also made a mistake. I didn't give away the cooler from the last Q&A session.
You didn't give it away?
No,
So who won it?
we're going to give it away this week on the CanCast Instagram. I'm just letting everybody know I'm being an honest man here, Shawn. I screwed up.
Oh, okay. So now we're going to give it away again?
Yeah, we're going to give it away again tomorrow. I got to put all the names in. I'll put all the names in a generator,
Yeah.
and I'll film it, and I'll post it up.
All right.
Yeah.
No, those people that asked the questions before, do we still have a record?
Yep, I got them all.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you will
no,
be-
100%.
Anybody that
I am.
asks a question,
I'm
you
letting,
will be in the
I'm
draw.
letting our viewers know that Kyle screwed up.
Okay. But all those people that answered questions before, their names are going to be in?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's cool.
So what I
Okay,
want to
right.
do is we're going to start doing this every session for our guest or whoever.
So what?
We're going to give
what,
away something every time.
What else are we putting in the cooler now that you screwed up?
Oh,
Something else has got to go in the cooler. Something's got to make up for this.
Daiwa Sims jersey.
There we go.
That fair?
There we go.
Very fair.
See what I do for you guys?
Yeah. Your shirt.
There's, I'll throw my shirt in
Okay.
there. Game worn.
So these aren't like anything funny or anything like that. And don't worry, we'll have it. We'll be back on our game with some funny questions next week. But I just want to get some conversation going here. So Daiwa is going to sponsor this segment for this episode. Okay. If you can only use one reel for the rest of your life, spinning or bait casting, what's it going to be?
Spinning or bait casting for the rest of my life?
Yeah, like it doesn't matter what you're fishing or where, you have to pick one.
Spinning. 100%.
It would be a bait casting reel.
We knew you would pick spinning, Mark.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have to be a bait caster. I could do
Yeah.
everything on a bait caster. I
Okay.
can do everything.
Mm.
And there's like, I love flipping deep weeds so much that I just couldn't do it with a fairy wand.
You're going to drop shot with a baitcaster?
Dude,
Huh? Yeah.
dude,
I can drop
100%.
the bait caster,
Yeah.
no problem. Yeah.
Lots of people like those new Daiwa, like the SV
So the real
ones.
but the rod.
No, we're not
not
at
talking
rods.
rods.
No, we're not at rods yet. Just if you're gonna use it, okay, fine. If you can have one action of rod. Question number 2. One action of rod for the rest of your life. See, this is screwing up my next question. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna back up. My next question here. If you're gonna bring 3 rods into a tournament on an unknown lake, so you guys are only allowed to bring 3 rods.
Mhm.
I'm not telling you where you're fishing till the morning of.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have your rods chosen before.
Mm-hmm.
Where? What are you bringing? Not where.
My
Sorry. What are
pitching
you
and
bringing?
flipping. My pitching and flipping. I'm bringing my worm rod, and I'm bringing a drop shot.
Okay. Fair choices.
yeah, I would bring up my pitching and flipping. I would bring my crankbait, or not my crankbait, my vibrating jig rod, and I would bring a drop shot.
Very nice. Okay.
I'd have to have a search bait in there, like something I can throw.
Yep.
I got live scope.
Yeah, but
I love how nobody wants to know what I bring, but fine. So, no, I was kidding.
What are you
All
gonna
right.
bring,
what would
Kyle?
you bring, Kyle?
Yamaha or Mercury?
Evinrude.
What's an Evinrude?
I don't know. We both have hundreds.
All right. If you're gonna go repower tomorrow, what are you getting?
Yamaha.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a tough one for me.
I've always been a Yamaha guy at heart, like everything.
Yeah.
Power.
Since I grew up. See, when I grew up, we had a friend of ours, Terry. He was like a dad to us. He was a Yamaha rep. So we grew up on the 3-wheelers, 4-wheelers, wave runners.
Oh, I'd love a 3-wheeler.
Yeah, we almost died on the 3-wheelers a lot.
So that's why they're yeah. Okay, so this kind of next question goes with it. And this one actually got sent in. I put it in here then. I think it was Blake on Instagram sent this one in tonight. Your dream boat. Unlimited budget. You're walking in to order a new boat tomorrow. What are you getting?
Dream boat?
Yeah, if you can spend whatever you want. And think about brands that aren't up here yet. Like there's is it Cad? What are those boats in the States? Camus. I still haven't seen anybody up here of a is it a Vexus?
Vexus.
Right?
I've seen one Vexus up here.
Yeah.
So what would you go and buy?
I would probably. I'm a toss up between the Ranger and the Skeeter.
I'm the
XR.
I'm the same. If I was gonna go buy two like fiberglass bass boats, it'd be one or the other. I've always had like this like weird notion that like a Ranger is like the Cadillac of the bass boat world.
Used to be.
Maybe it used to be.
Yeah.
But there's something about that Skeeter that just gets me going.
Yeah, I really like the design of it. I like the gunnel heights too.
Yeah.
Shallow gunnels.
Yeah.
Honestly, buddy, I got my dream boat right now.
Yeah.
It's the one I fell in love with years ago. I said I was going to own one day, and I own one.
Mark,
It's an
that's
older
not
boat.
the question.
I know, but
It's
you know
not the
what?
question.
I would take that money
Holy smokes.
and buy a Bayliner. No.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I bought my dream boat years ago too, and like I still love that gunnel design or that console design.
Yep.
Love it.
Okay. You guys are boring.
We're just honest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
One technique you need to improve on.
All of them. Excuse me.
One technique I need to improve on. Geez, I don't know.
Skipping with a baitcaster.
I don't do that at all.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that could be one.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sean?
That would be mine too.
Skipping.
Skipping with a baitcaster. It's tough. It's if you're learning to skip and you want to learn to skip, I would suggest doing it with like a wacky worm and a spinning rod just to get that action down and then move on to a baitcaster. But there's a lot.
I wouldn't even say wacky worm. A wacky worm's harder to skip than like a Texas rig or even a fluke or something.
Wacky worm's super easy to.
Not
Super
as
easy.
Not as
yeah.
easy.
I think it's super easy. It just bounces.
And a wacky worm's not going to wreck somebody's dock or boat. Like it's a piece of rubber with a little wee circle hook in it, right?
I call that ringing the dinner bell. When you knock it off a pontoon, it goes doing.
Yeah.
That's the dinner bell.
Yeah, and all the heads
Bait's
stick up that
coming.
are up on the deck. They're all looking down at you. What do you think?
That's
people don't
why,
like us fishing
and that's
that
why
dock?
people shoot at Mark.
That's right. That's that.
All right. Now that you figure out what you got to work on, favorite technique to fish, your favorite style of fishing.
Top water.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I
Isn't that
love the
sweet?
spook.
Oh,
I do.
top
I
water
love the
season
spook.
right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, we have the sweetest evergreen baits coming to work the other day. I'll grab BI some,
Yeah, you will.
maybe.
Because I'm going to Lake of Bays in a couple weeks, and there's
Oh.
going to be top water all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will be. It'll be one on top water for sure.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
Sean,
Well, my favorite technique is flipping.
flipping, eh?
I love it, man. I love it. I like flipping deep weed.
Yeah.
I did too. I
Deep
never did it
trees.
before, right? The last couple of years,
Yeah.
Dude, I bet you I've maybe fished 10 docks all year.
Have you guys ever fished a tournament together?
I haven't fished
We
a
have
single
not
dock
fished a
this year.
tournament together. He's
I think you could do it.
Fished.
Of course we could.
Oh, yeah. I could fish with Mark all day long.
Really?
Yeah. I talked to the guy for like an hour every day.
Yeah, we
What,
did.
what tournament do you guys want to fish next year?
I don't really
Tin boat.
yeah, the tin boat. I'll fish the tin boat derby with him.
All right.
I'm not super into the derbies anymore right
no.
now.
I mean, they're not the big ones. I do the clubbies, and that's
Yeah.
enough for me.
You know what's funny
Yeah.
is most of our listeners too, they're not really into the derbies. It seems either.
Yeah. I'd rather fun fish. I'd rather go out and because I want to go to lakes that I want to fish. I don't want to go and fish tri lakes and rice and
Yeah.
balls. Like I'm so sick of those lakes. I've been fishing them for years, and when you get a season, like I find that's all I was getting to fish.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to lay off this for a little while. I want to become a better angler. I want to go out and practice.
Yep.
And in my practice, I want to be able to sting fish. And when I was practicing before, like I hate shaking fish off.
Yeah. And that's my motivation, too. Like, I couldn't see myself putting $300-$400 for a weekend to go fish a lake. The last time I fished that lake was the same tournament last year.
Yeah.
Guys have been out all week pre-fishing and stuff. I haven't seen it for a year. I'm not going to take my family's money and put it towards a donation to somebody else. You know, it works for some people. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah. All the power to you. Everyone makes their own decision, right?
I'll go out for a $50 club tournament with the boys, the guys I know.
Yeah.
Where if I lose or whatever, highly unlikely, but if I lose, I don't mind. I don't
that's
mind
funny.
giving those guys my $50.
how's
Right?
Shandos?
I don't mind it.
How'd you do on Shandos?
I caught every single rock bass in that lake, so I would say pretty good.
Should have talked to Greg. Told you. It's got a cottage there. You could have stopped by for a water.
Yeah.
All right. Your go-to, I put leader knot, but maybe your just go-to knot in general.
Line to line?
Yeah.
It's an FG all day.
Yeah. Everyone says that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Mark.
Not me.
He can't tie it.
I just do straight whatever. I don't care.
Straight whatever.
He does like
Yeah.
an overhand with the bow,
Yeah.
licks it.
I got some weird knot too, Mark, and it works.
Put some tape on it.
Doesn't look pretty. I've never lost fish on it. Doesn't break, and it works. I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't get all.
I saw it on YouTube, and I'm like, and it was so simple, and I'm like, damn, it works. It does not break.
I'm not into taking 10 minutes on the boat to tie a knot. Next thing you know, you got a Dorito down your arse crack. And
Okay.
True story.
Best place you've ever fished?
In Canada?
Anywhere. I'm just writing this all down for you
Cool.
guys.
One of the coolest fisheries I've ever fished would be Cornwall.
Yeah.
Yep, fishing out like in St. Francis. It's such a cool fishery because like you're fishing 3-4 mile an hour current, 5 mile an hour
Yeah.
current. Right.
I've heard guys freaking love it.
Yeah. It's totally different than anything we have around here.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a total technique to being able to stay vertical and get onto those fish and finding good drifts and
Yeah.
it's like I was fishing the Gandy Cup for a couple years with Andrew Mercer, and we just had a blast down there fishing. It was amazing.
I got to say, my favorite Canadian lake has got to be Lake of Bays in the fall, like coming up.
Yeah.
Top water all day long.
So what event
I love it.
What
I love
event
it.
are you doing up there?
Just a Hogtown clubby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many guys show up to a Hogtown clubby?
Usually 10 boats.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Around 10 boats, 9
20
boats.
guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we know your favorite place to fish, what's your dream place to fish?
Dream place?
Yeah.
I've fished them. Like my dream place, I went to Lake Fork. Another dream place, I went down to Okeechobee. Like I've been to Fork 5 times. I've been to Okeechobee 3 times.
I'd love to go to Costa Rica.
Oh, I've done it.
I would love to.
Freaking wicked, man.
I want to catch a peacock bass. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Peacock
catch
bass, and you got to catch a rooster fish while you're there.
And I'd like to catch a Arctic grayling. That's another one for the bucket list. I'd love to go do that.
Yeah.
Bucket list for me, I want to go tarpon fishing in the Boca Grande.
Oh, I'll go 50 on that one.
That'd be dynamite.
That's freaking sweet. Okay, this one came in MLF style, like when they MLF versus your normal big 5.
ML who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This one's been beat to death, but it was asked on the Instagram tonight.
Do we like the
MLF
style? Is that the question?
Versus Big 5?
The style, yeah. Like, what do you like?
For the fishery, I think it's obviously better for the fishery if you're not taking fish for a boat ride. So the MLF style is better for a fishery. I can't see anybody saying no to that.
Yep.
But I think people want to see their best 5. People want to see a weigh-in. They want to see guys come across stage. They want to see that weight go boom, 25 pounds. Oh my! Like they want that excitement. That's a big part of it.
That was a pretty good impression of Mercer. Do it again.
No.
Do it again.
Boom, shakalaka.
We're gonna get Shawn we're gonna get Mark not Mark. We're gonna get Woody to just replay that a couple times.
Yeah. No, it would. But I think that's it, right? And I think, and it goes to another thing too. We were talking about this earlier. Do you think lakes are getting messed up?
So
fishing pressure.
This is one thing that it came into through the questions on Instagram. Do you think lakes are getting overfished?
Yes.
Are we at the point where we have grown our sport too much?
I think that they need to regulate a little better, right? I think there needs to be slot sizes put in place. Like nobody needs 300 bass in a bucket.
No.
Like 1 or 2, put them between 12 and 16 inches.
Yeah.
Right. I think that would be plenty. I think I think you should only be able to keep fish if you purchase the sport license. The conservation license should be a catch and release only.
They should really just change names. Catch and release license.
That's right.
Sport fish.
That's right.
Whatever.
I agree with that.
Because with conservation, like, you
that's
just
not
get
conservation.
That's not conservation.
Yeah.
No, you want to conserve the fish, you leave them there, right?
I guess the argument to that was, one swallowed it, so I kept it because it died or whatever.
Doesn't matter. You let it go. Something else in that lake is going to eat it, right? It's going to get eaten.
It's not going to go to waste.
No. It'll go back into the ecosystem, the microorganisms. Like it's going to get used.
So, do you think like the lakes around us, because they're so close to like major cities, are getting hurt the worst right now?
Yeah, for sure. The easiest lakes to get to are the ones that get pounded.
The ones closest to those bigger, metropolis cities or metropolitan cities are the ones that get hit, right? And that's basically a known fact.
Yeah, it's geographic.
Yeah.
The ones that are close to the 401, Bay of Quinte.
Yeah.
Bay of Quinte's been hammered in the last 5
Bay
years.
of Quinte isn't even close to what it was.
Because you think of where we are, right? Like Toronto, you're not going west to go fishing.
No.
You're coming east.
Most of the time. Unless you're going to St. Clair
right?
You're not Erie.
Or if you're a river fisherman, it's all different, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah.
The lakes across the 401 coming this way have definitely taken a hit. Rice Lake, you really see it's the largemouth you really see depleting.
Yeah.
I think. The smallmouth are a little more elusive. They're always on the move.
Yeah.
Right?
They're a little harder to catch.
Yeah. But the largemouth, they've just, like, Bay of Quinte is smoked.
Yeah.
It's smoked.
For sure. And then from one of our female viewers, who is better looking, Shawn or Mark?
We're kind of twinish. I think she needs to tell us that. I can't judge Shawn. What do you think?
He already knows.
I don't. You guys haven't. You haven't asked me a question all night. You're not asking me that one. All right. Awesome. Well, that's pretty much it so far. I don't think I skipped any. We all know that you guys already own your dream boats. Boring. Don't worry, Ranger. Don't worry about sending them those new boats. They don't need them.
Yeah, well.
I'm happy with the Ranger I got, bud.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Well, any kind of final thoughts going into... You got a big week coming up, so Shawn.
Yeah. I hope everything goes good at the border.
Yeah. Well, you got your passport. You're good.
Yeah, that's all.
I got a boys' weekend coming up on Moira and Stoco with the Hogtown boys, so I'm pretty pumped about that. A little bit lower participation rate on this one for some reason, but guys still have time to sign up, so hopefully we'll get a few more boats. I think we're at like 5 or 6 right now, which is low for one of ours.
You gonna win?
I don't even care, but
no. That's the thing about the clubbies.
Yeah,
you got certain guys that take it super, super serious.
Yeah, they'll pre-fish.
They'll pre-fish for a clubby and they'll go out there but that's just who they are.
You know what? Like, I don't even Okay. You have to watch what I say, because the fact that guys like pre-fish kind of turns me off. Like some of the tournaments I want to do, because like you said earlier, Mark, like look, I've been out there all week. I'm not going to go donate my money because I don't even know. But then at the same time, I really got into fishing through the clubs because like I said to my wife once, it feels good to be competitive in something again. Yeah. Like I grew up racing, right? And now it was like I got into fishing. It felt good to go and compete, but it was getting better.
Oh, I want to
But now I think it's different, where it's just like, I just want to go out and fish and learn different things and fish the water I want.
I wonder.
I want to win, but I don't really care if I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just there to have
You're
some
used
laughs.
to losing anyway.
Dude, I really just don't care.
Yeah.
What color dinger are you gonna throw?
Same one.
No, I can't get them. They're sold out.
What?
I have sold.
Did you
all
not
those
make yourself
out in Ontario?
Did you not make a custom mold yet?
Dude, I got molds, yeah, but I'm not into that anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I wonder. I wonder if a series limited pre-fish to the day before and made the body of water off limits for the month before, if that would bring more guys out.
100%. I think it will. I said to one tournament director in one series that I fish, and I'll leave it at that. You can probably figure it out. I would ban the pre-fishing. And he said, well, a lot of guys use it as a vacation, though. Like, they take the week off and they go and camp.
No, they don't.
You know what? No, and in ours, they do. Yeah. But what I say, then go to a neighboring body of water. Fish similar or whatever. But just like you said, Friday only.
Yeah.
Friday only, just get a chance to go look around, whatever. The problem is so many people don't know how to pre-fish properly. And they're just stinging the fish all week.
Yeah.
I think, you know, if I was to go pre-fishing, it's more to eliminate water than to
actually cast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big problem down in the opens too. There's a ton of guys. You know, you get 200 boats on a body of water, and like 90% of the guys are jacking on them.
Yeah.
You know, like and it makes it super hard.
Yeah, and that fish isn't gonna bite again, not for a bit.
No.
Not for a bit. So, yeah, that's it. So don't forget, guys. April 2nd, we are in Peterborough for the CanCast trade show, CanCast fishing show. It is going to be a day to remember. Start watching our Instagram and Facebook pages on all the updates. We really ramp up in that, you know, for the next few months. It's going to be a lot of cool news.
Yeah, there is.
When are we going to release some information?
Next couple of weeks. We wrapped up a bunch.
Yeah?
We're wrapping up a bunch of stuff this week, and then it's coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because people are asking me, "What's the scoop? What's the scoop?"
Dude,
I have no idea.
Yeah,
no, I've been pretty tight-lipped.
We're also on a DNR, right?
Yeah. So, but I want make sure you guys all put that in your calendars. Be there. I promise you will not regret. The deals that are coming to this show and this event are absolutely insane. The vendors, we've already been discussing it. We got the orders coming in. I know what some of these guys are already bringing and planning. It is worth the drive no matter where you are coming from.
Oh, yeah.
So, trust me, you will not leave this one disappointed.
You know what? Book a hotel in town.
100%. You know, we'll have a hotel rate soon. Yeah. And we'll get you in. We got that plan figured out too. So it's going to be awesome. So again, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Woody for working his magic. I want to thank YOLO Tech for stepping up with this one. Daiwa for sponsoring the Q&A. Tech15 on yolotech.ca. Just look it up on Sean's iPod. TEK15. You guys can look it up. I want to thank you two gentlemen, as always, for having my back doing this stuff. It's awesome. Have a lot of fun.
Me too.
We're going to work on a special guest for next episode. And you'll be back, Sean, from down south. Tell us all about it. So make sure you guys tune in. Remember, subscribe on YouTube. Even if you're just listening to this on Spotify, we'd love for you guys still to subscribe on YouTube. And we will see you guys soon. Thanks a lot for listening.